Thank you very much, Salim Vuria. Please, let's take our seats, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to honor and celebrate our outstanding sportsmen and women, the medalists, record breakers, and champions who have flown our flag high in competitions both locally and internationally. Our athletes, whether on the athletics track, the football or rugby pitch, the volleyball court, or the boxing ring, are among Kenya's brand Kenya's greatest ambassadors. They lift our collective spirit, inspire us to reach to greatness, and show the world the limitless potential of our nation. This dedication is important that today we have sportsmen and women from different disciplines in our midst. Their dedication, discipline, and resilience have not only won medals and shattered records, but have also reminded us of the power of talent when it is nurtured with purpose and supported with opportunity. We are all immensely proud of the performance of the Harambee Stars in this year's CHAN tournament. Before the competition began, few believed we would progress beyond the group stages. We were drawn into what was, and many called, the group of death. Along CHAN giants like Morocco and DRC, nations that between them have lifted the trophy 4 times. Yet against all odds, our team topped the group. Tuwapigie makofi jamani. This remarkable achievement has reminded us that when Kenyans play with hearts, discipline, and unity, there is no obstacle too great to overcome. As we are now set our eyes on AFCON 2027, we must draw on the resilience and belief that carried us this far to prove once more that Kenya can stand tall among the very best in Africa and the world. I must say here that it is Kenyan to be champion, to play and participate in the Olympics and the World Cup and all the international competitions. That is our brand. And we should live up to that brand. And in our lifetime, very soon, our team, the Kenyan team, is not only going to play and win in the continental championships, but also in the world championships. Ladies and gentlemen, we now know and deeply appreciate the power of unity when we rally behind our sportsmen and women. The passion, pride, and motivation we gave our Harambee Stars during this CHAN competition demonstrated what it is and what is possible when a nation stands together. This is the same spirit we must carry into every arena of our national life, in our schools, our workplaces, our counties, and across our republic, to propel Kenya towards greatness. As a government, we have taken deliberate steps to recognize and reward excellence. We revised the cash scheme to ensure our champions are acknowledged in a manner that reflects their sacrifice and hard work. We have made the following changes, and they are significant. The package for individual Olympic gold medalists has risen from Kenya shillings 750,000 to 3 million. Silver from 500,000 to 2 million. And bronze from Kenya shillings 350,000 to 1 million. In team sports, the award per athlete has increased from 100,000 to 750,000 for gold, from 75,000 to 500,000 for silver, and from Kenya shillings 50,000 to 375,000 for bronze. So far, on average, we have increased prices by 400%. And again, the ministry has scheduled payouts. I know we have in our midst great athletes who've won many races and many games across the globe, and they are here in our midst. So the ministry has scheduled payouts amounting to Kenya shillings 55 million for recent sporting events, alongside an additional 10 million shillings for a great lady who won gold but also broke her record. I don't know whether she is around. Is she here? She's not here. And also another great lady who also won gold in her race, who is going to be paid 5 million shillings. At the same time, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of sports may, and on the recommendations by the Awards and Recognition Committee, recommend payments of winning bonuses to teams and athletes engaged in qualifications for major championships as an impetus for attaining qualification bonuses up to 2.5 million. And I have instructed Salim Vuria to do as much to make sure that we motivate all our sportsmen and women. Beyond rewards, we are investing heavily in sports infrastructure. From the successful hosting of CHAN, which showcased our readiness to stage major continental events, to the construction and innovation and renovation of the world-class stadiums, we are building facilities that will serve athletes and communities alike for generations. From Talanta City to the renovation of Kasarani and Nyayo stadiums. And just for the record, we will also be putting a canopy in Nyayo Stadium in readiness for 2027. And the upgrading of facilities like Eliud Kipchoge Stadium in Kapsabet, Buhungu Stadium, Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, Stadium in Bungoma. We will shortly be finalizing the stadium in Kitui, and I have already instructed the ministry, and we have agreed to build another 25 stadia across the country. That process, Mvuria and team know that we have agreed that those stadia must be ready in time for AFCON in 2027. And by the way, the process of raising our team for AFCON 2027 begins today. And I have agreed with FKF that that process is going to start from the grassroots, from the bottom up. So, Mr. President, you have my instructions and marching orders, working with the ministry, for you to build for us a solid, professional team that will make us win AFCON in 2027. And as part of raising that team, we are going to have different mechanisms. And I'm happy that we have friends in our midst. We have partners in our midst. I certainly will put in public money, but I am also certain that our private sector, who have been very supportive, and I must congratulate our banks, betting agencies, oil marketers, and many other brands, including vehicle manufacturers, vehicle retailers. I see Toyota in the room. I see East African breweries in the room. I see Equity Bank. I see KCB. I see my friend Oigara from Stanbic, and all the good people. And I think Cooperative Bank is in the house, and many others who are in this house, including parastatals and institutions that have capacity to support. All of us must now close ranks and build sports as the greatest unifier of our country. And I am confident that not just as we build football, but as we also support all the other sports disciplines, both in athletics, ball games, and all, everything in between, I am very confident that we will be able to tap into the rich pool of Kenyan young talent that is available for us to develop into the champions of the future. Talent development remains central to our strategy. Through the Talanta Hela initiative, thousands of young Kenyans are being empowered to monetize their skills and pursue careers in sports, and especially in the creative economy. We have launched 37 constituency sports academies to guarantee every region access to structured training, mentorship, and opportunity. These academies are the foundation of our future, where no talent is overlooked. At the same time, we are reviewing the sports policy of 2005 and the Sports Act of 2013 to create a more inclusive, transparent, and commercially viable sports ecosystem. These reforms will address governance, athletes and sports persons' welfare, doping control, and the integration of technology in modern sports management. Importantly, we are also engaging stakeholders across all counties to ensure the new framework reflects the aspirations of every Kenyan. I wish to appreciate the contribution of corporate partners who have already come on board to support our sportsmen and women. I call on more corporates to join us in investing in our athletes programs, because your partnership is vital. Your belief in the process is essential. Together, we can build a thriving sports culture that empowers our youth, strengthens our economy, and unites our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, our overarching vision is to position Kenya as a global sports powerhouse, with our sights firmly set on AFCON 2027 and beyond. To achieve this, we must uphold dignity. Pursuit of excellence have not only brought glory to our country, but have also inspired, not only brought glory to our millions of young people, both here at home and abroad. You remind us that greatness is never an accident. It is nurtured and earned through sacrifice, resilience, and self-belief. Let me conclude my remarks by again congratulating Harambee Stars for a feat worth celebrating. You didn't make it to the finals, but you made us proud and brought the nation together. I know me and you had a deal. Captain, you remember? We had a deal. And I was really, really looking forward to each and every one of you owning a home. It was really my prayer and wish. In fact, one friend of mine told me I was responsible for Harambee Stars' loss because I was absent at the field. And for a moment I thought maybe he was right. Maybe I should have been there in person and encourage these friends of mine to do their best. But I promise next time I will always be there so that we can do it together. So that we can do it together. And because you inspired the nation, you brought Kenya together, you brought people from across, counties and disciplines and workplaces together. And you made us very proud as a nation. And because we were holding a continental match or continental tournament for the first time in 40 years, it is understandable that we may not have been as ready as we should. But now that we have time, we must prepare for AFCON properly. We know AFCON is much more difficult, but we will be much more prepared this time round. And as I have said, we begin the journey to AFCON 2027 today. We prepare our teams from the bottom, from every village, from every corner of Kenya. And we have agreed on how we are going to work with FKF, the sports management body in Kenya, to make sure the football management body in Kenya to grow the team from the bottom up. And I want to encourage partners, sponsors, corporates who are here to work with us and work with FKF as we build the momentum towards 2027. We are going to commit public resources, but we know there is room and space and scope for corporates to also build in their resources. The concerns that we've had in the past is the governance around FKF. I can now tell the country that we have confidence. I know the current president very well, and I know my good friend Mariga very well. These two gentlemen, if they ever mess up, please report them to me. I know what to do with them. And I know they will not, because they are people of integrity, they are people of honor. So now I can confirm that we have a team that can help us navigate and manage the team, our football space, professionally with integrity. So I want to encourage us, the sponsors, the corporates, to now plug in. I'm going to convene a meeting again for us to discuss, because we also don't want to create confusion. I have told FKF to work with the ministry so that we have a proper program where corporates can be told and sponsors can know where can they plug in an organized manner, so that we support the whole ecosystem from the bottom, so that we build the team as other countries have done. We have agreed that we are having a meeting next week. I will convene a meeting next week so that we can agree with our corporates and sponsors on how we are all of us going to take position in driving sports, especially football, in our country together, and to facilitate your participation in an organized, structured manner that will always give you benefit for the resources that you will invest in the sports space. Finally, to the boys in Harambee Stars, I know that you would have wanted to own a home, but I believe you still will have to own a home. This is how we are going to do it. Yeah? The two-bedroom house that we had agreed on under our current arrangement in affordable housing costs 2 million shillings. We are going to pay for you half that amount. We're going to pay for you 1 million shillings. You pay the other 1 million, or we will give you a mortgage you can pay over 20 years. And you are going to be paying something, like 2,000 or 3,000 every month. So it is affordable. Nasikia nyinyi vijana? And there is no room for exchanging the house with money. There is only the house. And as I told you, you will choose a house in a town you like. If you want it in Nairobi, if you want it in Mombasa, if you want it in Kisumu, Eldoret, Nakuru, wherever, we are developing housing in every town. In fact, we are developing housing in 200 sites across Kenya. So you have an opportunity to choose which one. For the avoidance of doubt, maybe many people think that we are dishing out affordable houses. No, you pay. And we are going to pay the 1 million for these young people. And they will pay the other 1 million. Because we must be a country that is responsible. And everybody, there is no bending of rules. There is no free lunch. Maybe except this one. Unless somebody maybe stands somewhere and starts to charge people that, there was no free lunch. This one is free. But I know all the team has registered already, Mr. Captain, is that right? With Boma Yangu. So go ahead, choose a two-bedroom house in any town of your choosing. Every team member here, we're going to pay for you 1 million shillings. You will pay the other 1 million, or we will give you a mortgage which you can pay for 20 years and pay a little every month. I think that is what I can do for you now, recognizing the kind of contribution that you made. I want to tell all our sportsmen and women, keep pushing the boundaries, keep breaking records, keep lifting the spirit of Kenya high. You have our support, you have our goodwill, you have our prayers, and the government of Kenya is going to stand right behind you. Thank you very much. Welcome to lunch.
A round of applause for His Excellency. And perhaps before you take your seat, Your Excellency, we have a jersey, a signed jersey that is to be presented to you. Let's take our seats. The rest of us, we can sit down, please. We have a signed jersey to be presented to His Excellency. And let me invite the captain, the two deputy captains, and the coach to present the signed jersey for His Excellency as supporter of Harambee Stars #1. Wapi makofi ya Rais tafadhali.